Good morning, everyone. Does it look a little different today? Well, I gotta tell you, it is different. I have brought to you today something that's not your typical Moonology Monday. Moonology will be involved. Manifestation will also be involved. I haven't really had much of a chance to really use this pendulum, which is very nice, and I got it a long time ago. I've been practicing with it, and thanks to some people and books and book recommendations, I've become fairly proficient with it. But what inspired this was last night as I was taking out the garbage, I noticed the moon's phase, and I said, maybe, just maybe, instead of just giving a quick short read, why not give them a phase reading? So, we have 5 decks that I'm bringing out today, and yes, I painted my nails. Don't worry about it. First one, Moonology. Second one, Moonology Manifestations. Third, Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. Fourth, Sacred Light Oracle. And the fifth one is one of my favorites, Angels and Ancestors. Out of all of these decks, 3 of them are gifts. 3 of them were gifted to me. And so, because I'm on vacation, I figured, do I really have to follow my own rules? And the answer is no. So, we're going to do this. We're going to lay the cards out in order of the phases. And what we're going to do is we're going to let the pendulum decide which 2 cards to flip over. We're going to be doing 10 in total. Are you ready for this? I hope so. Because we're going to do it. We're going to do it right now. So I'm going to lay them across from each other, and then we'll see how this pans out. So this will actually be the first card I lay down. This will be the full moon phase there, right? And I think I'm going to do, yes, Oracle of the Hidden Worlds will be next. So I'm going to lay one here, and one more here. Now I'm laying them down in order of phase, kind of across from each other, because we're going to get 2 sides of the same moon right here. I think what's next, we'll go to the Sacred Light Oracle. And these are gorgeous cards, ladies and gentlemen. Here and here. May need to spread these out just a touch here, just to make some room. Because I still have 4 cards to lay out. Such as Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. Actually, we've already done that one. Never mind. My bad. My bad. Oracle of the Hidden Worlds will be next. Here. And here. Let's see. So all of the phases of the moon are complete. And we have about, looks to be, 8 cards. I said we were going to do 10. The manifestations cards. I haven't laid those out. Well, guess what? We're going to do one manifestation card. We'll do just one. Right in the center. I will turn that card over first because this is who we are. This is what we now need to know. So let's have a look. So the first quarter moon in Pisces, talking about honoring your own feelings. So what does it mean to honor your feelings? I'd really like to know myself. But if you had to ask me, honoring your own feelings, well, that's going to mean taking a lot of responsibility for the way you feel. It's going to be exploring that. Why do you feel a certain way? Like when a situation hits, when some kind of outside stimulus hits you, why do you feel that way? So the question is, are you putting on a good front, acting like you're bright and breezy but hiding your real feelings? Rather than acting though everything is fine, if you're worried about certain issues, it's best to deal with them. Just don't get so wrapped up in your feelings that you overwhelm yourself and everyone else involved in the situation. If you deny your feelings, you'll go nowhere fast with your manifestations. So look at your big picture, okay? Use your intuition and avoid blowing an upset out of proportion. See, right now you're being asked to feel all of them. Make light of your emotions now. That's not recommended. So don't make light of them. We create them. Best time to work your magic is when the moon is in Pisces on a Thursday or during Jupiter's hour. This takes place when the sun is in Sagittarius and the moon is in Pisces. It knows that the divine is in and around us. And this mostly has to do with the crown chakra. If you take the palm of your hand and you put it against the put it against the top of your head, move just back where you feel it just slightly slope. That's the crown of your head. That chakra is always there. And what you want to imagine is a beam of light hitting you right there and traveling down throughout your body till you feel it. That's something to do during meditations, and we can see it in this card. A person's meditating. Oddly enough, I also see a few other things in here. But with it overhead, with that light overhead, I don't care if you're going out into the sun to do it. This is what you're looking at. You need to be able to experience everything. Experience those feelings. And so, we're just going to ask my little pendulum here, going from here, where do we go next to honor our feelings? So, seems that we are going into the Sacred Light Oracle. Let's start with this one, the one on the left here. Scales of Karma. Scales of Karma talks about cycles of disharmony, creating new traditions, unfortunate events. Looks like we have some disruption. But here's the thing. Have you ever noticed that there are people that chaos is just going on all around them? I'm sure you've seen these people before. Every bit of everything is just total chaos. It is chaos, it is panic, it is pandemonium. Everything, everywhere, all at the same exact time. And there's this one person who just seems to have it all together. And they're going around and they're telling each and every person, hey, it's cool, calm down, here's what you do. Do this. You know, do things in this order. and just get that done. Just focus on that and get that done for me. They move on to the next person. Same thing. Hey, it's cool. Look, I've got this person on this, that, and the third. I need you on X, Y, and Z. I need you to do that now. Can you please just calm down and focus? On to the next person. Hey, I've got this one over here, that one over there. They're doing these things. I need you to do these things for me. If you could just focus on that, we'll have it all together. And before you know it, everything starts working like a well-oiled machine. And they're able to go and spin these plates on those poles without a problem. They're always going and checking in. Okay, is everything okay? Do you have everything you need? Great. Okay, you don't have everything you need? What do you need? Yeah, okay, you work on this. I'm going to go get that for you, okay? And then they do that. They keep that level of organization going. And that's exactly what you need to be. They're not hiding their emotions. They are just as frustrated with the situation. They are just as panicked. They are just as freaked out as you are. But the difference is they do not let it control them. They control it. They control that emotion. And then the ascension flame happens. These are the people. And right now that has to be you today. Through all the chaos, you have to ascend above that. And look, I know this picture looks horrifying, but this is liberation. And today, you have that greater sense of purpose. You also have high expectations. You demand the absolute best from your people, and if you treat them the right way, they will absolutely deliver it. You know, today is the day of money. What do we always say money tells us? I don't have time to explain, kid. Get in the fucking chariot. Today is Maya's day, and it's letting you know your time is precious and valuable. Do not waste it. So, what do we need to know to handle that kind of energy? Where do we need to go next? I can't tell whether you're going diagonally or up and down, but it looks like up and, there we go, up and down, okay. It's a very, very nice little correction there. Okay, so starting at the top here. Meditate and contemplate. You will have that kind of time. And it only takes a brief minute or two of just deep breathing, calm yourself, relax yourself, and really contemplate what's going on. Use your brain and trust your intuition. And guess what? This is the new moon in Pisces, right? Then, this is what it'll take to get you through it. The end of the tough cycle is approaching. Don't we say it's always darkest before the dawn? That's a good title for this one. Even though we have light around us, we do still have a new moon, and it's usually dark. So even through all the darkness, the uncertainty, the confusion, you can still work towards organizing, towards building, towards creating. You don't have to contribute to the chaos. As a matter of fact, you can contribute towards something much greater. And even though after all you've done, you may think, well, my contribution was small, it was insignificant. No, without you, it would descend further into pandemonium. It would become more of a backed up mess. And then what? Yeah, today is the day where without you, everything falls apart. You want a little tip from me, based on what I'm seeing here? Play to people's strengths. Know what their talents are, and let them play on that. So, How does one allow themselves to play on someone else's strengths and talents? And oh boy, here we go. Well, that's unmistakable. That's definitely angels and ancestors it's picking today. But the weird part is it moved down here first. So let's see what's going on. We got a water guardian telling you to connect with those emotions. You know what? Especially if you're empathic, and I can see empathic people working today. If you're operating on that sense of empathy, this is going to come in very valuable. It's going to come in very handy today, because you will be tapping into someone else's emotions. You're not going to downplay their emotions. You're not going to downplay their feelings toward a situation. You just need to listen, because in listening, you'll actually find the solution to many of their problems. And when you present it, they'll have that moment of, I didn't see that. Okay, let me get on that for you. Your approach is going to matter, because you have to connect with yours first. You have to analyze your situation, and you have to be able to go to the right people and put them in the right positions to organize things so that you can get things done more effectively. On top of that, maybe time to shed some old skin. Now, what does that mean? One of the things I learned when I learned sales was feel, felt, and found. You would listen to someone, you'd go, oh yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly how you feel. I felt the same way myself, but what I found was, that way you don't trivialize what they're expressing to you. What you're doing is you're acknowledging it. Then you're relating to them, and then you're bringing them a little bit more your way. It's a little bit of a weasel tactic, but in this situation, I think it will absolutely work. And we really don't need the pendulum to tell us where to go next, but I'm curious to know which of those cards it picks next. So I'm just going to position right over here and ask which card goes first. Alright, what do we really need to know here? Okay, picking the lower card again. Cool. So in that hidden world, you have a full moon temple. Right? This is where everything's illuminated. This is that beautiful place that you can go to. That beautiful spot where you calibrate, where you reach your absolute peak, and you get that transcendental moment. Basically, this is your inner happy place. This is where you go to receive that enlightenment. And in all the chaos today, in all the panic, in all the disorganization, you're going to find that place, and you're going to be coming from that place. Through meditation, through contemplation, through honoring your feelings, to know that the end of that tough cycle is approaching. It's always darkest before the dawn. You are going to come out of that changed, as well as everybody else. And it will seem that at first it's gone completely unnoticed. But it will have been noticed. And you can lay on that. You can tuck that away. You can put it away for a rainy day, because when that rainy day comes, it's going to come with that moment that you pulled yourself together. You were the calm in the chaos. You didn't let that chaos, affect you. You drove forward with it. And the best part is that others will have noticed it, and they'll be wondering, what can we do with it? And to close it off, we have the seer. Future prospects, decisions to make, seeking guidance. This is the first quarter moon in Pisces is where you start. This is where you end up. because people will trust you a lot more today. At the end of the day, there's going to be so much more trust handed to you because of, the veritable performance you did today. Your performance will be like none other. So if you need my advice from this is don't panic. Take that deep 4-second breath through the nose, hold it for 4 seconds, slowly release it for 4 seconds out the mouth. Do that until you are calm, you are centered, and you are ready to go. You know what's going to happen? You're going to do that and everything's just going to fall into place in your brain. You're going to know what the first person's like. Alright, what can you do and do well? Okay, I need you here. What can you do and do well? I need you here. On down the line until everybody's in their place, everything's running, and you've got this. And you just go and check in on them occasionally, just to see how they're doing, if they need anything, and if they need something provided, as best you can. And until you can, advise them to just do the best that they can. And if everybody's doing the absolute best they can, that makes you unstoppable. Thank you so much for joining me. By the way, thank you for being on the live stream with me. Thank you for coming and hanging out. That was a blast. It was an absolute wonderful time. Also, I have to apologize for my BitChute audience because the video ran about 0.2 gigs bigger than what they'll expect, what they'll accept. I'm sorry, but if you happen to catch the weekend reading, thank you so much for staying through that. I really want to go ahead and cut this right now, so I'm going to say, I love you all. Take care of yourselves and each other. Always do what lights you up. And as always, shine on.